Hello, I'm Austin Herr with Bane-Welker Equipment, AFS Specialist Lebanon, and today we're going to be diving into SpeedTube inspection and preventative maintenance. So today we are working with a 2150S case planter, and here we have the SpeedTube with the gauge wheel and opener already removed, and you can see as it sits on top of the unit and into the shoe. So all you have to do is remove the 6-pin Deutsch connector after the meter has been removed, and you can easily pull out the SpeedTube. The next thing to do would be to remove this screw for your seed sensor. This is what detects your population. So a good thing to check is make sure these guys are cleaned and no graphite or talc is covering up the meter, and no dirt or any dust on top of those. Next, you will remove this little rubber grommet that helps keep dirt and any debris away from the SpeedTube. You will remove that clip, and the cover will come off for your SpeedTube. As you can see here, SpeedTube is moving freely. We have a couple of feeder wheels, the belt, and then the tensioner. Once the cover is removed, all you have to do to pull the SpeedTube belt is grab it and do a slight rotation around, and it should come off freely. As far as the belt goes, you don't want to store them inside the SpeedTube year-round when the planter is not ready for spring. Because what will happen, as you can see, is there's a slight bow here in the belt. That is from it being tensioned year-round. After planting season has finished, a good thing to do would be also clean out your meters as well as pull SpeedTube belts if equipped. And the best thing to do is store them on a flat, level surface. It'd be best not to hang them, but it's not terrible as long as they're not under tension like they would be in the SpeedTube itself. Another thing to look at on the belt when you've removed it to inspect is to check for any missing flighting, any broken flighting, and any tears or frays in the belt itself. To install, you want to make sure that they are orientated correctly with the direction of seed in the tube. You do not want them to go the opposite way. It's very similar to an elevator chain in a combine. With the SpeedTube belt removed, we can look at a couple of components on the SpeedTube itself. We have the feeder wheels. We have a guard that keeps beans or corn from rolling back in behind the feeder wheels and packing up. Down here we have our idler and tension for the SpeedTube belt itself. We also have the eyes that will detect your population and singulation. On the back side, we just have the plug for your CAN connection into your factory harnessing or to your CAN expansion hub, depending on your current configuration. For the reinstallation of your SpeedTube belt, there's a nifty little diagram here that shows the correct orientation of your SpeedTube belt. The other thing that needs to be done is to take a Phillips screwdriver, depress this idler, tighten that Phillips back down, momentarily, mind you. And after it is installed, and make sure it's moving freely and seated, take your Phillips screwdriver and release this so it can move freely and be properly tensioned. Depending on the application, some SpeedTubes will require a deflector clip that is placed here for 80 cell bean plates on the V drive. If it's a 56 hole or the conventional corn plate, that is not required. With the speed tube removed, you can pull back this cover and we'll show the spring that the speed tube rides on. Make sure that these are in place and secured and can't go anywhere and in working order. For reassembly of the speed tube, there is a clip at the bottom of your speed tube that will get clipped in at the very bottom. Then lay it down and make sure you get this clip and re-secure your speed tube sensor. Lastly, you will place this back over the speed tube, and it has a orientation for the direction of travel. And plug in your CAN connection. In conclusion, after disassembly and reassembly, the whole task takes about 5 minutes. Something that's easy and something that will save you a lot of heartache in the heat of the season.